What was it? Did we agree on it? You were playing the creepy uncle, or
No, you kept calling me the creepy.
It says in the commercial, creepy uncle.
I thought it was annoying uncle.
Okay, anyways, I interrupted you. So
if
you go from like a scene where it's like you're not getting consistent audio, say someone's like, hey, John, what are you doing later? And then John yells.
It can be hard. I might actually, because I'm pretty I might even ask the actor or the director if they could go a little bit louder on the whispering, just to so I don't have to pump it too low or too high for the, just to have some kind of, but yeah, I will adjust. If there's space, if I know there's space, there's whispering and there's space, I will turn it down then for the yell.
Oh, and what if you're booming? How do you?
I got to do it one-handed,
So you'll like this?
Roy's like, I need you to work on our budget, and also I need you to be a 3-person sound crew. And he's like, I got you.
It's easier when it's a close-up.
I'm asking these questions because I'm trying to see how far I can push Nick.
Yeah. What about a 4-person crew? I need 3 booms now.
If it's depending, I might move the boom out more for the yell because you don't need the boom too close for a yell.
Got you.
So I might have it closer for the whispering and then move it out.
Got you. But you have them laugh too, right?
I have them laugh too. Yeah.
So are you? Is the rule of thumb then? Are we kind of in post? My understanding is we're always kind of going to use the lav as our A mic, and then the boom is just as a backup, or what's your take on that?
If you talk to any award-winning sound designer, they will say the boom is the king, like Richard King, who did Inception and all those movies. But
Thanks for
I did interview
Thanks
with
for
him.
the tip. So you're saying
but in a commercial world where there's no time, I feel like it's more lav on commercials, just because if you're multicam, just there's no time.
Gotcha. Question
especially
over here.
Like a oneer like that. Hey.
So when I, as a Jew with a bunch of aches and pains and problems and tendinitis stuff, I'm like, when you're running boom, how are you keeping how are you not having shoulders back and tricep golfer's elbow and bad problems?
Right here.
Yeah,
I know they're light, but just the position, even with how light a boom is.
Yeah, sometimes on my wrist with positions like that, it can be a little bit depending.
Yeah.
And when I first started many years ago, 2014, I guess, or 2013, my back would feel it because I'd be doing my first feature.
Because you're
doing
this.
it 6 days a week. I never done it, and I'm like, oh my god, you're in the shower and you just feel it. But now I'm pretty used to it, and I don't do a lot of heavy booming anymore, just because I do a lot of commercials, docs and interviews and things that don't require it.
Yeah.
Or more things that are based on lavs. But yeah.
So it would hurt me literally when I was doing guerrilla filmmaking. If I had to hold a boom, which I've done many times for a little bit, I've just been I'm hurting for that. Yeah. So imagining being you're on a full day shoot with no recovery time in between the next day and the next day. Is there a brace you're wearing also? Or is it just that you're just gaining strength and getting core?
I think it just kind of gains. I don't really know, but I got used to it, I guess. But it definitely.
It's a muscle that you're working out over and over and over and over time. You're just good at it.
But you just feel it. But you do feel it if I'm doing long 10-minute takes that are wide, and I'm doing that 6 days in a row. You're gonna feel it. But
so you notice that on commercials where you're getting a lot more lavs that they're using, and then on features they want the boom, and are people telling you that, or do you just know that? How does that communication work? Because I've never asked you that. I've always gone with lav because it's set it and forget it and move quick, but
I think it's just generally the rule of thumb, just because of course on a feature you want to have the best natural sounding sound as possible. On a commercial it's not as important because it's
there's lots of music,
commercial,
and things happening.
It's showing on TV.
Okay.
If it's gonna be in the theater,
that's true.
And you're going for awards, right? You want the best cinematography, best sound, everything.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, I get what you're saying. So the boom is better for sound.
Yeah, depending on the environment. Sometimes I do find that the lavs sound better. It just depends. If you're in a really noisy environment, that that. I guess my question is are other directors or producers or filmmakers or are they giving you that note? Are they saying no? I want my whole film to be boomed and just have the lav as a backup, or how or does that even come up into a conversation? Yeah, it kind of depends. All directors are different. Some of them are new and don't know a lot about sound, but some of them prefer boom and lav as backup, but some have this perspective that lav, they're oh yeah, you get the lavs, and then oh, don't worry about the boom, or they don't care if they're in a rush, or they're shooting 2 cams, 3 cams.
So are you guys having that discussion in pre-production?
Or a lot of time, it depends.
Where does that even come up?
So sometimes on an indie feature, you don't really have a lot of pre-production conversations with the director, to be honest with you. I think if you're working on a big movie like Inception, for example, you have all these discussions. You get weeks on end to just go back and record the cars, whatever. You get a big budget. But
For indie stuff, and you even talk to wardrobe ahead of time because you want to know with the wardrobe too. That's not going to be an issue on set.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, a bikini conversation.
Wow.
You're like, where am I going to hide the freaking love?
You know, because I want to have stuff that's like good. You know, if you're planning to do like a walk and talk, and they show up with like this really starchy dress shirt, it's going to be hard to get it without hearing it. You know, and then you can have those conversations ahead of time with wardrobe and the director of like what would work, and maybe having like all natural cotton or whatever materials.
Like I notice sound because of like watching like 30 Rock with my wife, and I'll be watching. I'll be like, oh, they shot this outdoor, and you can hear like how much post had to go into the sound, and then they had to ADR like extra stuff because I could imagine you being like, this is gonna sound awful.
Because that was my thing with like, I guess. So with me, like, yes, I am super into sound because I again learned the hard way. Like back before I was doing anything on this scale, I was doing everything myself. And that was, I remember when I took out a loan for 10 grand to start making my own material, like my own work, and I was doing a web series, and the things that were important to me was like, I got a camera, but I was like, I need a camera, I need sound equipment, and I need a computer. Lighting wasn't something that I was even, a cinematographer is going to hate me right now, but I wasn't, I'm trying to tell story, I wasn't looking for the visual element of it, not saying to take away from it, but I knew I was like visually you can watch something in black and white, but you cannot watch something when the sound is going no matter how beautiful the picture is.
Torture.
So I was always
absolute torture.
I was always underneath that philosophy that I'm like, I don't care how beautiful the picture is, if your sound is brutal, no one will watch it. So I was always like, I only have so much money when I was taking out a loan, so I was like, I got a lav and a boom, because I knew that I needed good audio or else no one's gonna watch my stuff. And I could get a camera and I would be able to edit it on a laptop. And then I was like, and it comes to lighting, well, you just use any lighting, you know what I mean? Like you just shoot near a window or something, you know what I mean? So that was always my take on it. So like, we're all crossing our legs.
Am I supposed to do this too?
I was just looking to adjust.
But it is true, like you don't, like no one will watch something if the sound is going like that the whole time.
Amen, brother.
It sounds one of those things where like people don't really like understand, and same with like post sound, because you don't think like about it when you watch it.
It's like the hidden art.
Yeah, exactly. So then you have some directors, especially first time directors, that don't really know. I did like a feature once, and also like depending on time, and you know, a lot of times there's no budget, obviously. I did one where it was like an 85 like haircut close up, and we're sharing the studio with another set that's yelling during the take, and the director's just like, it's fine, we'll ADR it. Like some directors literally have that perspective that they just fix everything in post.
ADR is
when you
brutal.
could just do another take and get it clean without the yelling from the other production.
Instead of thinking of it like a last resort, they're like, oh, that'll just be the baseline for how we'll shoot this whole scene. You're like, okay, dude, what are we here? What am I here for?
That's why AI videos that's the dead giveaway on AI videos right now is the audio. It sounds like it's coming like this.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound natural like you're in a room.
Oh,
yeah. And when you're doing like a feature or something like that too, you want to also think about perspective, because you do want to deal with the storytelling. Like, you know, if you're in like a
hallway, you're not going to have this crisp audio. It's like, no, there's going to be a reverb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If like depending on what the character's feeling and like the camera angle, you want to match that perspective. Like maybe if, you know, it would be muffled because of like the scene is like, that's what the character would be hearing.
That's
so you're doing things on set to like make it that perspective. But
that's what I love about sound. There is like an entire universe of like artistic endeavor that you can just fall into.
Yeah.
Like it's not just like, oh, there's sound. It's very much of like it's like a bad edit. It's like the audience doesn't know why that bumped them.
Yeah.
They just know that that just felt weird. It's like our job to reverse engineer that, to fix that. And I feel like sound is the same way. It's like you never notice, like no one's ever sitting there being like, man, the sound was great.
Yeah.
Like people are always like, oh man, that sound sounded awful. Like, you know what I mean? Like people, but no one ever will come out of a movie, like an average person, I'm saying, who has like they will not know that the sound was epic.
Oh yeah.
They'll only notice if it was bad. You know what I mean? Like it's such a hidden art.
When we're watching, and I'll point something out to her and be like, "Oh, dude, look what they're doing!" Or like you can tell. Like I love to watch when there's coverage and you see a mouth move and you're like, "Oh, they swap." Because we've all done it when we're just cutting stuff where you just throw in like a different dialogue. And the coverage over the shoulder, and I'll be like, "That's not what Alec Baldwin said right there to her," you know?
Oh,
and
yeah.
and she'll be like, "What?" And I'll be like, "You didn't notice?" Or I notice weird stuff though too, like the Klein bike in the back of Seinfeld's apartment.
It depends. So
I'm a bad guy.
I learned that, you know, like Christopher Nolan, you know, like some of his movies, people complain because you don't understand like the talking. I don't know if you've like heard.
I haven't heard that. No.
Yeah, so sometimes he does it on purpose because if it doesn't deal with the important story parts, like if it's a wide shot and it's not important to the story, he doesn't necessarily want the audio of the dialogue to be really clean because it doesn't.
It's like bluey.
It's
like the text is all weird. Like
he does it on purpose, yeah.
Oh, so he wants the audio to match the perspective of what you're looking at.
Yeah, so but some audience have complained about that. If it's like a wide shot and they're talking, you maybe don't understand it, I guess.
You mean like they're like 400 feet away and you're not like,
yeah,
what are
you're
they
not
saying?
really catching
you're not
the
supposed to know what they're saying.
But you still understand what happened in the scene. And that's the beautiful part about filmmaking.
Actually, I don't.
Yeah.
I never understand what's going on.
But I want to get back to, before we move on, I want to get back to talking about the sound. Can you fix it in here?
So the reason we brought you here...
Yeah, the reason why I brought you here today was to get some free labor out of you and fix our sound issues.
We want to film you fixing everything right now.
Yeah, so cut and get him over here, get your cell phone.
Live editing.
But no, the sound. So back to what my story was when I first started filmmaking, sound was important. And I bought a lav and a boom. And my idea with the lav was I was always someone that was like, because I can just set the lav mic, and I actually always use the lav as my A mic in post, but the boom I was never a huge fan of because you couldn't get it in close enough. So I like crisp audio. I like hearing like the sharpness of S's and things like that. I like hearing that kind of stuff. So I've always been someone that's like, oh, I like don't use the boom, but that's interesting. It's funny. The reason why I came onto this, and I think I'm wrong, is the reason why I came on this because I was always editing my own stuff. So I was always one like editing it, putting in the sound effects, trying to do it, but I never got into effects of like how to build like someone's voice and bring up their EQ or bring down their bass or treble or whatever you guys do in post sound, right? Yeah. I never got into it because it's like, it's a whole nother universe, like I was saying. So I always just relied on the law because it always sounded good. Like, because I'm just like editing my clip. This is back when I'm doing like independent, like just me doing everything. So I'm just using the lav because it sounded the best out of the can, and then I could just lay it out and use it. But that's interesting that you're saying that the boom is actually better, and I agree with you because it makes sense because like the boom, it sounds more believable in my opinion, and you can go and if in post you can actually enhance all those issues.
Yeah. But I will say for like the USC shoot, for example, I mean, the lav definitely would be better for a lot of those environments, like the field stuff. Yeah, I don't think you'd even hear the boom that well.
Yeah, is it because of like the wind?
Like there's just so much going on, I feel like then. And with the, I couldn't get in close enough
like say if we were doing that shoot at USC again and you weren't limited in the sense that it was just you doing it all, which was a pretty impressive feat for you to do all that yourself.
Thank you.
Say if it was like, you were like, hey, Roy, this is what I need. And I go, no problem. Like, would you have done it different or?
Oh yeah, I definitely would have hired a boom op for that because it would have made my life a lot easier.
Would we be having this discussion now to only use the boom instead of her lav?
I don't think so necessarily because like I said, because a lot of the stuff was pretty wide too, I do think the lav would have played for a lot of this.
Okay.
Yeah, like
you're saying because the boom,
stuff,
when you're in a wide, like the boom can't be as tight.
Yeah, if I'm like 2 feet ahead and there's like, and they're talking low or whatever, you're not going to hear it.
So for safety, you're using both. But you're just saying what's going to be dominant is you
so it does
prefer to
depend
use
on the scene.
boom, but for safety, you're almost always going to use both.
Yeah, for me, I find that like it just depends on the environment. I do prefer the lav sometimes, and then if I can get the boom in there and it sounds good, then I do prefer
whatever
it.
The best tool is for the job, essentially.
But I make sure that like I try to make sure that the lav's always as clean as possible so that you can use it. And
well, I notice when we do teleprompter stuff together, we do use the boom in that all the time.
Okay, cool.
Because it's like fully clean. We frame it. You're able to drop your boom in just above the nose. It's close, to where it should be.
Like a static shot where you don't have to worry.
Exactly. I always use the boom for that because it's like, it's the cleanest. And then the lav, because then you'll start to hear like if they're moving, sometimes you hear a rustle.
Yeah.
Which is terrible because it's a lock-off shot. So why are you hearing rustle? Yeah. If they're doing a walk and talk, the rustle to me seems natural. Till you hear the clothing move. That's how I kind of take it.
Wait, you like the clothing move?
No, not. I don't like it in the sense where it becomes distracting. I'm saying I personally these are, okay, folks, we're talking about minute details of creativity of like the way my brain works. But when I'm listening,
on his new book.
Yeah. But when I'm listening to sound, like I like the sound of movement.
I hate when scenes are static. You should hear something. So like when people move, I want to hear like the shirt kind of move. I want to hear something, you know what I mean? Even if it's supposed to be like, man, that was a really quiet, intimate scene. No, it wasn't. There was a build around that.
Interesting. Because I don't like the sound of like clothing. Like I try to eliminate it when walking.
Yes. And then you do a good job with that. That's why I've never called it out with you because it's never been distracting. But yes, of course, when you hear the, I'm just like, what is that?
I mean, but yeah, I get what you're saying. I don't mind a little bit of it. But obviously like you don't want it to be like too much.
Yeah, I don't want to hear it at all.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. Like it's like I don't know if it's like a spectrum thing or whatnot, like a texture thing that like irritates, like nails on a chalkboard. If I'm talking to you and I hear your jewelry moving around, I'll be like,
yeah, I'm wearing a lot of bracelets.
Just trying to focus. Not you specifically, Nick. Come on. What would you do when I did? See what I did there with the voice? Do you notice the volume change, Nick? What would you do? How would you have done that?
I don't appreciate coming on this podcast for free and getting yelled at by John.
We were actually going to surprise pay you, and now we can't. We can't afford to. We have to pay for my extra
Anyways,
therapy
what was
session.
your question?
It's a giant check.
What was your question?
Oh, yeah, did you have a question or a statement?
Oh, I was throwing in my 2 cents on because you were saying that you like it. You like a little clothes wrestling.
Oh, yeah, he doesn't like it.
I was chiming in, going like, just so you know, that's him specifically. Don't ever do clothes wrestling with me. Thank you so much.
No, so here's what I'm getting at. Like, have you ever gotten into post sound? Because I've asked you to do post sound first, and you're always like, nah, I don't do post sound.
No, I don't have the patience, I think, to like be tweaking audio. I prefer just like recording it and the satisfaction of being in there like with everyone and getting it as clean as possible on set in like different environments.
Nick and I like to be moving around like with people in a
That's
team.
so
like to
sitting alone in your
sitting
alone in your house at an editing bay and be like,
yeah,
my back hurts. I miss humans.
Dude,
I need
I'm
sunlight.
the opposite.
I gotta get out this light home.
It's so funny because you're just tan AF. You're such a personable guy, but you're like, just lock me in a little room with a little sliver in the door and push the hard drive through there. I'll push it back out when you're done.
Like the Howard Hughes.
Yeah, like it blows my mind because I'm like, Roy, you love being out and doing like the teamwork stuff, but you do fondly. You've brought it up many times.
I don't like being on set.
Leave me alone. I'm like, I love being on set, and not just for the crafty. Although I could go for a donut.
I like editing a lot, but only my own stuff. I don't like editing for other people. I don't know.
So like with me, like yes, it's not that I hate being on set. I'm just not the biggest fan of being on set. I love being in post.
All of his photos of him smiling. He's like, I was miserable there. I was miserable there. Very unhappy. Just waiting to be in an office.
Too bright.
This Canadian guy who loves the California weather, but he's like, just leave me in my office. I'm like, no, let's get outside, dude. I know you love being on set.
I like being
so much fun
when I'm gardening, when I'm golfing.
Is there something about being on set because of all the pressure on you as a director that makes it hard that you don't like? Because I know you like being on set. It's just the pressure of these big shoots now are so huge that it's like
there's no
a lot of pressure.
poutine fries or whatever. Is it poutine?
He's going to start having poutine.
Yeah.
We're going to start. That's why we're going to ask you to discount your service is because we have the budget for a sound mixer, but we also have to split it with it's kind of like the Taco Man. You know, you have Taco Mans.
You want poutine on set?
The poutine guy. Yeah. We want the poutine guy there, and we can't afford it if we have both of you. If you don't cut your,
I don't like the name for some reason. Why are they called poutine?
It sounds like a horror thing that Canadians tell their kids to behave, or the poutine man's gonna come in your sleep, man. Oh, you're gonna wake up with curds all over you, man. Don't do it. He puts French fries in your nose.
What accent?
Be a good boy.
That? Huh? You went a little Jamaican there, I think.
The poutine man. Hey, man. You can't tell him to leave once he's inside your room, man. That's the Jamaican poutine man.
No, sorry, the being on set. Okay.
Yeah, dude,
so yes, okay, if I'm, this sounds very arrogant. I say this to everyone, I'm like, if I'm not, I would never be in film if I was not directing and in charge.
Me neither.
That's it. Like I don't, if someone was like, hey, Roy, you want to come work on, it's like, no, I don't want to be on set. I don't want to do any of these other positions. Like when I found out in film school the first year that in that few months of going, when I found out that I already wrote what I wanted to shoot, I already had a bunch of projects I wanted to shoot. So I was ready to start shooting right when I got there. And when I found out I had to wait till I became a second year student, I was like, what? No. And then they're like, yeah, you just have to learn how to be a grip and stuff first. And I was like, no, I don't. I was like, no, I'm out. And I was out because I was like, no offense. Like, I love that everyone has those positions, but I had no desire of ever like being any of those positions. I only wanted to be. It sounds so arrogant.
I don't think it's something to be ashamed.
It sounds so arrogant.
I don't think it's something to be ashamed of. Roy. Like if you were a mean fascist dictator director, then you'd be like, that guy needs to go like serve some ranch up at an Applebee's. And
I don't want to work on your project unless I'm in charge.
But that I think that's fine because I also, one of my dear friends who just filmed a comedy special has told me before, he's like, oh yeah, like eventually I'm not going to do stand up anymore. Like he's reaching his goals and I'm like, oh, you don't love it for the love of the game. He's like, no, I mean I like it, but he likes acting more and like I'm like, oh, I get it. And I still think he's still a great stand-up and worthy of respect as a stand-up.
Yeah.
And it's the same with filmmaking. If you were a douchebag director that treated people like crap and didn't understand what it was like to do all the jobs on set, then it would be a different story. It would be like, that guy needs to be humbled. But I get that you just know what you like and know what you don't like. And you're like, yeah, I don't actually like that part. Like, cool. And you do a good job when you are on set. The emotional side of me wants to know that you're having a gay old time when we're out there. Because I am. I just love being on set. I love the magic of it. I love the camaraderie. I love the like all of the fun of it. To me is good. But also maybe that's put me in positions where I say yes to stuff that I should have been like, I don't do that. I'm not there for that. And as I get older, I do that more. But
please hold for the plane.
I'm so glad Sam went to his camera for that because that's so necessary.
So here's the thing. It's like being on set. Like, yes, I have a fun time. Like, me and you will joke around. I'll joke around. I'll go grab some elbows.
Yeah.
I'll give it one of these.
I think that's my emotional friendship side of being like, are you forsaking all those times we riffed?
And I like working with the actors and stuff. But I'm saying like. It's like if I'm not doing that, like if I was doing another job, I'd be like, oh my God, this day is dragging. Get me out of here. Like I'd rather be doing something else.
Yeah, like sound.
he starts calling you names. He's like, and then these losers with all the dials they got to turn.
Yeah, that's funny. No, but so with what is one of the favorite projects you worked on with us? What is one that you remember or that always stood out or something like that?
The one that stands out the most is the USC, even though I feel like it was hard, but I'm very proud of it. But my favorite day on set was actually the one where we're at the Netflix office with the one guy. And then, I made it, not because I made a cameo, but I liked it. You were in it as well.
Was that the one we met?
Yeah, the day John and I met in Film Love.
I was going to shake your hand because
I don't know I can't reach you.
Wait, you were on that shoot? John?
That's where we met.
Yeah, that's where we met.
Wait, you were on the QMAK shoot?
He comes out of the phone booth or whatever.
Oh, yeah, you acted in that. We covered his acting thing. We didn't cover that. We're pulling it up.
Really made an impression on that shoot, huh?
That's my favorite.
Hold on. You guys talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to find it.
I thought the walk and talk was fun with him. I'm like in the scene and then also like recording it. And I don't know. It wasn't too many actors to mic.
That was literally when I was like, I walked away that day like, I made a new friend, my buddy Nick. He's so funny. Because we riffed right away. We were like on the same riff page.
Oh, I didn't think you remembered me.
Wasn't there
There is.
BTS going on?
There's this doc somewhere that has not been released from Roy. I think it's maybe been submitted to festivals, but that we're in, together.
Oh, wait. Hold on.
Look at him surfing.
Let me find... you guys keep talking. I gotta
Testing.
find
Yeah, I played Larry the sound guy in this.
Yeah, that's right. It was Larry the sound guy.
And we were just riffing for the first time. And I really like that. We were inside. We were in like the old Netflix building and air conditioning. It was a good time.
It's cool when the building, that's their old building and it was like super nice in there.
Yeah.
It's like when people like have like a really nice kitchen and like, dude, this thing's dated and they remodel it. Like my kitchen's 40 years older than your dated kitchen. My God. Like that old Netflix building was nice.
Yeah, it was nice.
But the new one's like super.
The new one has a lot of coffee.
All right, it's downloading.
It's got a lot
It's going to pop up when we get it.
They
Here.
have all sorts of coffee in the new one.
I haven't been in there yet.
You can't find food though. You got to go 3 levels to find any food in the cafeteria.
Oh, because of Ozempic, the commissaries, they cut down on those
I guess.
now?
I don't know. We were searching like everywhere in that building. But coffee on every floor, every lobby.
If I can't get bagels, lox, and cream cheese on every floor at the commissary, like why even work in this town?
Yeah, I don't know.
No capers?
So the video is downloading right now.
That's a Jewish term.
Capers. So it'll pop up here any minute, and then we'll watch it. But yes, we did have Nick jump in and do.
And I didn't know at the time that Roy prefers more subtle acting. I went way over the top on the first take, and now I know why he said, "Let's do another one." Now I know he likes more of a subtle reaction.
And now that you know how much he hates being on set, you ruined his day by making him stay longer because he screwed up.
Yeah.
You're fired.
I was over here like, yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Like, all right, can we do this again?
What was it? I did have another question when we were waiting for this to come up. So when you got to the QM8K shoot that we're about to get into, the reason why I actually did like that shoot because it was a much smaller shoot. There was a lot to do in that day, but it was a very more like smaller crew and everyone was kind of acting in it. Like we did that one shot where everyone like in the crew was like the camera flipped around and then you got to be in it. John got to act in it. So it was
so fun.
It was a pretty fun day. Like those shoots I really do enjoy as much as they're intense. in pre-production to make everything work, because you're like, we don't have much money, we got to slim everything down. And then when you're on set, like there's times where it's like, I'm jumping in PAing. We were talking about John, he acted once and PA'd. You know what I mean?
I've probably done it more than once. I think I've done that a handful of times.
You're probably the only guy that we don't bother with any other task.
One day I thought John was a PA. I was like,
I was telling that on one of our episodes.
I was like, hey man, can you like, I don't know what I said. Can you move this whatever chair? He's like, just staring at me like, hey, yeah, I thought you were a PA today.
And I thought you were just teasing me, like trying to break my balls, because that's like what we do, is just tease each other.
And you're like sitting with all the actors. I probably thought they were also PAs.
I was like, hey man, I'm principal talent today. You're like, can I get a coffee and a hot cocoa? And they're out of toilet paper in bathroom too. And I was like, I figured it out, man. I'm on set. I'm talent today.
Yeah, he's a bit of a diva when he acts.
But in all fairness, I think that shoot he's talking about. I was like the PA the day before. Like,
well, yeah. Someone texted me, Adam, or someone was like, yeah, John will be there. He's PAing.
Yeah, like I'm like at Coyote driving the big 3-ton or whatever, all this stuff. And then the next day I'm like, okay, show up on set. Someone bring me a coffee right now.
The funny part is that you were that like that's what's going around the set. It's like, oh yeah, John's acting and then he's PAing today. It's fine.
Yeah, that was also one of my favorite shoots. That holiday stuff with you playing.
That was fun.
Oh yeah,
uncle.
That was so much fun.
That was a lot of fun.
What was it? Did we agree on it? You were playing the creepy uncle, or
no? You kept calling me the creepy.
It says in the commercial, creepy uncle.
I thought it was annoying uncle.
Just kidding.
God, my wife's. I thought you were serious. I believe that because I do have a creepy uncle look. My wife says I peer around corners a lot. So yeah,